Last time on the Ties That Bind, as Asmo was searching for Garrick's brother, or perhaps some clues that Garrick might have left behind, he came across a room. He came across Bright Scale Forge. There's the words I was looking for, which was being ransacked by a group of Deadeyes. As Asmo engaged with the foes, he was met by a shadowy female drow going by Nara, who was there to make sure that Asmo was fulfilling his part of Solomon's bargain to deliver 100 bodies. After dispatching with these foes, Nara continued to shadow Asmo as Wolfgang and Denier continued their investigation toward figuring out what to do with the remaining shards of the Bleeding God's gem. In doing so, they learned that a old companion of theirs, Abigail, had been taken captive by the monster that has been murdering those of the arcane innate nature in town, seeking to rescue their friend. All coalesced at the Kylum Diaboli, where introductions to Nara were made, awkwardness ensued, and Denier jumped into the dreams of Abigail, finding her alone, scared. In a dank, desolate area, he looks up and sees a beast within her dreams with glowing red eyes staring back at him. Abigail, currently in this dream, is kind of got her hands clasped behind her head, her forearms up and over her ears. Make it stop.
I'm going to. Abigail, do you see the door behind you? Any motions behind him where there's a big red door?
As you project a big red door onto the gray slab that are these concrete walls, she peeks her eyes open, looking away from the beast that's tearing and ripping at flesh not 5 yards away in the shadows. She nods timidly.
Go to the door. I need to investigate and find out what this thing is, but I want you to know we're going to find you. Okay. We're going to help you. Just for now, you don't need to be standing here in your dreams in terror. Go to the door. Find a little bit of peace while you can. We'll be with you soon.
What is on the other side of the door as she opens it?
The Wandering Weasel.
As she opens the door, you can hear from the other side, "Hello and welcome to the Wandering Weasel," as the door closes behind her.
He gives a little bit of a smile as he turns back to the creature, and he begins to approach it. Once again, he waves a hand in front of his face. His face begins to be obscured by this thick, black, swirling mist as he pulls his cloak around him tightly and he approaches the creature.
After she left this room, everything froze in place. The creature just staring straight at you. You're basically in a world that is frozen in time as her consciousness is no longer processing it.
Mm-hmm. Can I at least take a look at the creature?
Sure. As you approach it, you don't get any distinct shapes. It is just a large silhouetted shadow. Even as you walk around it and glance at it, as you get, no matter how close you get to it, its detail does not change. Mm-hmm. This is her mental image of what she saw.
Mm-hmm. Are there any kind of characteristics around the room? Anything noticeable on the walls, on the floor, on the ceiling? Anything? If I can, I'd like to roll an investigation check to discern things that might help determine this location.
Go for it.
All right. That is a 21.
As you're walking forward, you hear the crunch of a bone beneath your feet. You see that the floor is littered with bones. As you're looking, and as you're looking around, it does look like this section of the sewer that you're in. It does not look as old as the abandoned sewer system that you were in when you were hunting for the Dead Eyes, when you were dealing with the case of the melted men.
Denier was not on that case.
Oh, Denier was not there. That's right. So yeah, these don't look like incredibly ancient aqueducts. These look
newer.
Yeah.
Okay. So newer sewers. So it looks like a sewer basin.
At the very least, it's a piece of the sewer which is close enough to the to be maintained and upkept.
Okay.
So you don't think it's like deep within the city's heart.
All right. So I'm gonna take a minute and I'm going to specifically mentally memorize the room so that I can later on project it. And if I don't see any other details, I'm going to let Abigail have her dream. I'm going to let her enjoy her time in the Wandering Weasel. And actually, I'm going to join her in the Weasel so I can talk to her and talk to her a little bit.
Further, there is one other thing that you notice with that investigation check.
What's that?
A sound.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds distant and kind of echoey, but it's kind of like a almost like waves lapping against a shore.
Okay. So, waves against the shore. Okay. And Denier will head on into the... keeping this in mind, keeping all this information, he'll turn his back on the creature and walk into the Wandering Weasel.
All right, you step backward, you open up the door, the bell rings off. Hello and welcome to the Wandering Weasel. As Abigail is currently sitting at the bar, Lush comforting her, her arm draped around her. Abigail turns and sees you. There's a big frothy drink, looks to be some form of orange liquid with this swirling fluffy cream atop of it, and a cherry.
Denier will wander over, sit down. He'll nod to Tom, Lush, Pip if he's there.
Pip is not there for some reason. What can I get you today? Tom, as he walks up to you.
Well, Tom, I'll be honest with you. You're doing exactly what I need you to do. Right now.
Comforting the girl. Gotcha.
Yep. She's having a rough time, and well, we're trying to help her out, that's all. And he turns towards Abigail. I know that this is troubling for you. I know that you've been through a lot the last couple days, but if there's any kind of information that you can give me, I don't want to force you to relive it. I want you to, be in a safe place where we can try to talk, but any kind of information that you can give me might, prove vital for you. Wolfgang's ready to help out. The entire Kylum Diaboli is ready to help you out. We've got a lot of people ready to help you.
The last thing I remember, I was going down to the poor district to bring some food. We always bring our leftovers down that way when we're done.
Mm-hmm.
It was dark, and I remember the eyes and the shadow, and then When I woke up, I was in that awful place.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you know if it used magic in any way? Did you sense any kind of spell or feel any kind of spell take you? Or did it hurt you in any way?
It wrapped its head around my face and just grabbed and ran. But I don't remember seeing it before. It just appeared behind me.
Do you know if did it speak to you at any time? Did it say anything?
I'm gonna roll something for her.
Okay.
It said, "You smell like one of them." In that deep voice.
I don't want to alarm you. Can you help me, since you heard the voice, can you help me hear it myself? Know that you're in a safe place right now. Tom is here, Lush is here, I'm here. Nothing's going to happen to you while we're here.
I mean, technically I'm here.
Technically. Honestly, I don't know if it's you, or if it's just my mental projections of you.
Fascinating, isn't it?
Even in a dream, I can't get a proper answer from you.
He just continues smiling and cleaning a glass.
And he offers his hand out to Abigail. Will you help me?
I can try.
Okay. And I'll try to help you right back.
She takes your hand.
And I'm going to attempt to assist her in creating with my abilities to shape the dream around her. I'm going to attempt to help her, make the dream lucid for her, so that she can project the sound, or we can hear the sound.
I'll say go ahead and make me an arcane check.
27.
And as the world begins to warp around you, Tom starts looking up and around.
Well, guess this is my chance to go. Farewell!
As the world fades into the dark void.
Remember, you are safe. You are with me, Abigail. No matter what you see, no matter what you hear.
Okay. She starts to concentrate, trying to remember back to the sound of its voice, the cadence, the timbre of how it spoke.
You.
There was a slight accent.
You. You smell like one of them.
Daenerys, I want you to make me a perception check.
Okie doke. 14.
For some reason, the voice sounds familiar. You can't quite place it, though.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a voice you've heard.
I've heard this voice before. Abigail.
Mm-hmm.
We're coming for you.
Okay.
As dark and as dark as times may get ahead, just know, we know that you're taken. Ramses knows, and we're going to find you. You've been a lot of help to us finding this and giving us information on what this thing is. I won't leave you behind. I promise. And he hugs her. A tight hug.
She throws her arms around your lower back and squeezes you tightly, as tight as a dream can.
Mm-hmm. And once again, as he gets ready to leave, he'll set up a door for her. This time, it will be the inside of his tower, a place where she can rest and relax and be safe for the rest of her dream. This will be a safe place for you, for at least for now. Partake of what you like. This is my domain.
as a big green door appears directly behind her in the dark void. She turns, opens it up. On the other side is your little, it's your room at the Wizzlestein Spire, I'm guessing?
I was going to go with my tower, the ground floor of my tower, my lounge.
Ah, okay. Yeah. On the inside is the nice ground floor room of your tower. She nods. Please hurry.
I'll be there as quick as I can.
And as the door closes, it shifts into black mist, and you awaken back in the Kylum Diaboli. Denier has been in this trance for about 2 hours as you guys have been studying. What have you guys been up to? As it has literally been 2 hours. Wolfgang, Asmo, and Nara.
Asmo's just been watching the people train, I guess.
Nobody's training. It's nighttime.
Oh.
Yeah. And looking through additional files, cross-referencing, looking at the victims, if they have any information on them.
Go ahead and give me an investigation check with advantage, since you have your cousin there who's been doing a lot of the work.
Here we go! Investigation check's going to be a... oh, God. What are the dice doing?
It shows
13.
Up as a, 19.
Oh, 19.
Advantage.
19,
Yeah.
right.
Your cousin lets... between you and your cousin, you know that many of the disappearances take place down in the poorer district, closer to the wharfs. At least that seems to be a common disappearance zone.
Okay. Seems like most of these are taking place near the wharfs.
That's the best we could come up with.
Oh, Miguel's looking pretty tired. He's been, you can tell he's been taking a lot of sleepless nights. He hasn't been coming back to the manor some evenings.
I'll just pat him on the shoulder. Why don't you go back to the house and rest?
Suppose I'm not good to anybody like this.
No, not really.
Fuck you.
He starts to walk away.
Have a good night, Miguel.
And you too, cousin.
He keeps eyeing Nara on his way out. What's Nara been up to for 2 hours?
So
Staring
for
at
the
a
last
window?
2 hours, Nara's been like pretty much since she walked in and realized that everyone was doing something, but she didn't quite understand what it was. So she's just been like either looking over Wolfgang's shoulders at all the paperwork or just like deadpan staring at Denier with like a smile because she's like,
I wonder what my friend is doing.
Yeah, he's just been...
My new friend, the cat man.
He's just been sitting in a position. Occasionally his eyes will open and they'll look like they're rolled in the back of his head. And his body would kind of glow with like an arcane pulse every now and again.
Yeah, so she's just like staring almost completely, like she has hardly moved in 2 hours, just staring at him, waiting for him to glow again. And then like smiles a little bit and then it fades. And then she waits and stares.
So Denier, as you come back to consciousness, you open your eyes and about maybe 6 inches away from you is Nara's face.
Yes.
It's anime as fuck.
Eyes open, eyes focus.
Hello, Catman.
Hello, Nara. I didn't realize you would be so close.
Did you have a good dream?
I had a lot of information from a dream, yes. Why are you right next to me?
You were so interesting when you slept. I just wanted a closer look.
Technically, I wasn't asleep. But
What was the Catman doing?
while I was awake and I was aware of everything that you lot were doing, I put myself into somebody else's dream.
What kind of person would you go into the dreams of?
The person that we're trying to find. And his attention shifts towards Wolfgang. I found a lot.
Tell me what you know.
She's being held. Looks like some kind of a newer sewer system. I heard the sound of lapping waves. She got picked up in the port district, and I've got a voice of the taker. I will go ahead and I will cast Major Image to create a crystal ball, and I will replay a very condensed version of the highlights of what I've seen.
You see the sewer system. Now, Wolfgang, you would recognize that this system is much more upkept than the one that you discovered the melting bodies in previously.
Melting bodies.
Yeah, happy times. And everything good happens in the sewers here.
But this is the same sewer system. Like it looks familiar?
As familiar as any of the sewers in this city do.
Fair enough.
It's the stonework is of the same material and of the same craft, so you can only assume, yeah.
I point out so he gets the sewer system, he gets the shadowy form, the red eyes, the lapping sound, the lapping waves, and then it shifts over. He gets a little bit of a flash of the wandering weasel of everybody consoling her and letting her know what's going on, and then it shifts over to
Tom actually waves at the crystal ball when you see him.
He looks
Who's
over into the
that
air.
man?
I did not do that. He did not wave whenever I was talking to him.
Huh.
My
But
friend?
Daenerys waves back. Oh, he's interesting. You're going to find him real interesting.
Oh, I
He
think
is
so.
He's a friend of the master.
Any friend of the master is a friend of mine.
I
And
think it's brother, technically.
he shifts, and it's the poor district. And that's where Wolfgang and everybody hears the voice.
You smell like them.
I've heard this voice before, Wolfgang. I don't know
We
where, but I've
this
heard it.
before.
I want Wolfgang and Asmo to both roll an intelligence check.
Okay. 7.
And Asmo.
7.
Oh,
You're taking Daenerys' word for it, but you can't place it.
I show the form again. The form that we saw along with the voice. I don't know. But I've heard this thing before. I've heard this voice before. I know I've heard this voice before somewhere.
I feel like you're right, but I just can't. He's just like visibly racking his brain right now. He takes his hat off and scratches the back of his head.
And I relay the encounter, everything that Abigail said about how she was taken, and everything like that.
Well, what we've managed to deduce is that these kidnappings take place near the wharfs. So
Asmo
that seems
just-
to match up.
As was slowly turning his head to Nara, by the way.
Nara,
What, Snake Man?
did you or any of your friends kidnap anybody in the lower district?
I don't remember. Usually anyone kidnapped is killed, so, kidnapped, no.
I oddly believe her.
I believe Miguel said that bodies are left behind. If it was, he motions over towards Nara. I don't think they'd be leaving a body.
Oh, no.
Little
dispose
Solomon
of
isn't.
those.
Little Solomon isn't welcome in the South, so I doubt that's his doing.
I don't know. This is bugging me. This is really bugging me. But we have something to go off of. So what have you lot figured out?
Well, not much else than that. Kidnappings seem to take place in the wharfs. which seems to match up with your ocean sounds.
Any idea what it is?
Some sort of ogre. That's all I can pull from it. It is ogroid, but not like anything I've seen before, anything that's written in me books.
Lani, can I make an intelligence check with this information?
Sure, I'll let both of you. Knowledge, nature.
Oh boy.
13 for me.
12 for me.
You want me to do it as well?
Sure, you can go ahead with that.
Would
5.
I? Oh, I definitely would not. Never mind.
Wolfgang and Denier, you're scratching, like, you're... With the fact that Denier believes it's heard this voice before, Wolfgang, you can't help but think that you might, like, there are certainly creatures that you have seen that might have been able to do something like this, but it's hard to place out of all of the things that has happened to you in recent history over the past year. It's very hard for you to place, like, among many of those things. It's hard for you to put your head, like, wrap your head around exactly what it might be.
It's intelligent. That's at least what I know. What did it say? You smell like them.
Yeah. Either he could be talking about the fact that she has arcane blood. If it's been going after those of the arcane innate, he was definitely eating something, and I saw a lot of bones all over the place. So it might be hunting arcane innate, which means maybe it's eating magic. Maybe it's hunting them to get the magic in their blood.
Who were the other victims?
So far, they've all been. So far, all of the bodies that have been found and have gone missing have been sorcerers. I mean, there are not a lot of people policing and keeping track of disappearances in the lower district, unfortunately, as the town, day to day, is losing more people. So it's hard to say which of them have just kind of fled, believing that they can find a better life elsewhere, and which of them are actually disappearing due to less scrupulous means. Or more scrupulous. Which them got.
Well, like them. And we all recognize this voice. It couldn't be talking about us, could it?
We haven't had any interaction with her in a long time.
That's true, but
I haven't seen her since before we left for Silver Rock.
who is this them, then?
I would have right off the top of my head, I'd say that they're talking. It's talking about the fact that she's arcane innate. So we know it has a sense of smell. We know it eats. I'm assuming it's eating them somehow.
That's the assumption.
It is
I mean,
dinner time. You cannot blame the creature.
Pretty sure we can.
Anyway, so
Lenny,
we've figured out that it stalks the dwarfs. I think that's our first place we should investigate.
the only thing that I've seen that has eaten sorcerers, the arcane innate, is Yadric Kinch. Thinking back, Lani, does the voice match up with the voice of Yadric Kinch that we remember from 2 weeks ago?
It does not, but since you're thinking back on that, go ahead and give me... Gee, I don't know if you were there for that. In fact, you weren't.
I left the party after we got back, after we met with
know.
Flix.
I know when you left, but
Okay.
yeah, there's a...
Yeah, a piece that I'm missing.
Yeah, there's one piece that could give you a hint. I'll give you one more intelligence check though while you're on that train of thought.
17.
It was a voice you heard very recently before departing. Before you went to the north. Before you had to make your escape.
Okay. It was before I left. I heard this voice before I left.
Or you left and we all heard it. I'm drawing a blank here. Before you left, let's work backwards from this. So,
All right, so where are we starting?
you left my house. That's
Yep.
the last time we saw each other.
Yep.
We got there. Bahum was... No, that happened after you left. Never mind.
We got into the city.
And got
Flix
into the
got
city.
Flix got us into the city. We traveled with Flix from Wild's Edge.
Wait. Yeah, there was that. Her partner was in that weird place between places. Her former big guy, big monster he was.
Wait, we didn't kill that thing, did we?
What did we do?
I actually don't remember what we did.
Go ahead and give me an intelligence check with advantage.
Okay.
Which one?
That would be Denier.
Okay. 23.
You remember while traveling through the arcane portals, that Oni that you met, who fell deep into the pits of the arcane, beyond time and space, came back craving magic. Anything with magic in its essence. Before he fell and was mutated, he was half ogre.
Oh shit.
That's not good.
Oh.
Wolfgang, upon that revelation, you remember the displacer beasts that showed up in that hunt that you took your students on. The same ones that you battled when you first met this creature.
Wait, you don't think that there were displacer beasts here? I took some students out to go on a hunt for.
Aswan was there for that, right?
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, you were there for the hunt.
Oh, I
How did
remember
they
that.
end up here?
Wait,
How does anything end up
they
here?
showed up here.
Punched a hole wherever it was to be here. Or someone summoned them.
Well, if this is this ogroid thing managed to get here as well, there has to be some. And it was here in the south. It was near the. Oh man, what's his name?
He's dead now. It was Crowley's ranch.
Crowley. It was near the Crowley estate. Picked them up. And now this guy is also in the south. I remember T-Wig picked some up and then dropped them clean off the sheer cliffs.
Do you know
Do
that
you
they were
think-
the same beasts, or were they different? Because there was a lot of them in there.
I don't know. That's just a theory I'm going by.
You actually do know. One of them had a very similar scar pattern to T-Wig's talons.
I do know. One of them had a very similar scarf.
I was just thinking it.
I'm thinking those are the same ones. So, the
Well,
bottom of that tunnel leads to a random place here in the south.
We came out.
that's the thing, though. Remember what Flick said a long time ago? The reason why she lost track with him was because he fell. And then I assume he became that thing from being in there for too long.
But if he fell, he would have just ended up somewhere.
Where did we come out of that portal when we first jumped here?
Near River Run. Remember Flick's did the thing with that tree.
Had to come here in bloody disguises. That was embarrassing.
It was.
Wait a minute. Daenerys starts thinking about it. That place was full of arcane magic. That was basically a fracture in the universe. It was full of arcane magic. He's starving.
You think he eats magic?
He's eating the arcane innate because of the magic in their blood. He somehow got out of that realm, and he's eating the magic because of the fact that he's not in that realm anymore with all that latent magic.
So, you smell like them. It was referring to us.
Not necessarily. Like he can probably smell magic.
If he was going for us and if he was in town, he would have already gone for us.
Not tooting any horns here, but we are very potent magic users.
Yeah,
Nara as well.
Yeah, but we just got back in town, and we haven't. Well, have any of you been down to the poor district within the last few days?
Not since I got back.
No.
No. I only went for the snake man.
Looks like we're going down to the poor district tonight. God, I'm not a magic user, so I don't have to be bait. Kicks ass. Finally, something good going on.
What do you mean, snake man?
Oh, I think we need to go on a little hunt. Nara. Time to earn your keep.
Here's the question, and I want to pose this to all of you. Flix can get him back. Do we want to put him back in that place with Flix's help? Or do we put him down? Because if he's doing this because he's starving, putting him back might be the most justifiable way to help him and help us.
Why not just kill him, though?
I'm kind of with Nara on that. I thought, F that guy. He died a long time ago. It's just kicking the can down the road.
Did he now?
Listen, us tossing him off the side of that just kicked the can down to this situation. It looks like he's eating people now, so as far as I'm concerned, he's as good as dead.
One good turn deserves another.
We can talk to Flix if we want. She wants to help finally put down her old partner. Now that he's causing a big hubbub in the city, hell, she might be able to find out some people, because she might even know some people who know something, knowing that she's more closely connected to the underworld here than I ever hoped to be. Ever again.
I'm not certain how I feel about associating with them more than we have to.
I think it's personal for her. And she can be the talking point. She can be the talking person who talks to them. So we just avoid any interaction with them at all. At least that's what I'm thinking.
So are we delaying this then?
That's the thing, we can't delay it. If we delay it, he's going to eat her.
Those are my thoughts.
All right, well.
What I could do is we could get in contact with Flix, see how fast she can get down here, And if we can get her help, we can find a way to satiate him long enough to be able to put him back.
How long did it take us to get from where we were back here the last time we interacted?
Lani, wasn't it a couple hours going through Smuggler's Run?
Yeah, Smuggler's Run took you about 4 or 5 hours to make the journey through there, and then it was just another day's journey from another couple days journey from River Run, day and a half. You went from River Run to that small hamlet where you rode the Devil Duck across to the wharf.
Could be. It took us, if memory serves right, took us a couple hours to get from Flix's place over about, I don't know, 5 hours to get from there over to River Run, and it took us about a day to get down here.
Do we have a couple of hours?
I have an idea that might spare us a few hours. Denier reaches into his pouch, and he sets a crystalline vial on the table. If it eats magic, that is liquid magic.
What?
That is liquid magic right there.
Yeah, as he pulls out the vial, he doesn't even need to hold it as he sets it on the table. It floats upright. The liquid inside is this glowing violet. It almost seems like a gel. And as you detect magic, it looks like a lantern.
Oh. What does this taste like?
I don't know. I assume magic, but it was a gift from the god of magic himself.
And you have not tried it yet?
Denier shakes his head slowly.
Very
He gave-
confusing, Catman.
He gave me
What
two
does it
gifts.
do?
From what I understand, there was a great river under him. The river is that which creates the Arcane Innate. This water is what created the Arcane Innate.
Wait. If he drinks this, wouldn't it turn him into a sorcerer?
Lani, do I know that in character? Or
You
do I
know the? Go ahead and give me a knowledge arcana or a knowledge religion.
Okay.
Because you're saying this stuff creates the Arcane Innate, and
14.
The most you can discern from this particular vial and everything, all the information you have been given, is that it is something that is immensely powerful that was gifted to you.
This is insanely powerful. I don't know if it will be useful, but I'm looking at all options available.
so you're wanting to use a gift from the god of magic to catch an ogre.
To try to save somebody that's starving.
Like a magic ogre, man. Ugh.
I-
Now, are you keeping up with this, by the way?
I want to try the drink.
No.
No.
What? But, fine.
It's
I don't understand why you're all very upset. There is only the girl's dreams and a hungry creature. Feed the creature, and it is done.
yes, but the girl is important to me.
Why?
Yeah,
How to
that's a good
explain-
question there, Denier. Why?
Ezra just gives him the look of,
Because we saved her. Because of me. I'm the one that put her in that academy. She's here because of me. If she dies because I put her here. I have enough
Denier.
blood on my hands.
To be fair, you did save her from slavery in the underground goblin encampment.
You couldn't control this, Denier. Come on.
I
This isn't
mean,
your fault.
if you have to keep saving this creature, then will that not be the rest of your life? Saving the same creature over and over? Is that not a burden?
Friendship is not a burden.
Friend. Ship. Confusing.
I'll eventually teach you friendship, but she's important to me. She is my student. If I can help her, I want to help her. But I ask you of your opinions. We have a couple options on the table. Should
Sort
we
of
try to save them?
Master-teacher or master relationship like you have with old Solly.
Oh, the master! Oh, of course! All you had to do was say that. Nara understands now. Let us kill the creature.
Looks over at Wolfgang and Asmo for their opinions.
Ah, man, this is all out of my realm, dude.
I see no reason why we should spare this creature's life.
Let's kill the bastard. First
Denier
chance we
slowly-
get.
Denier slowly puts the file away. So be it. When do we go?
Now!
You just jumped out a window.
That's expensive. I fucking.
Ah, you don't pay for
The
it.
best part is it's an interior window, so she's still in the building.
Break several more windows on the way out.
Come
Fuck. Fucking.
It's like a terrible route in XCOM. He just keeps going through the windows for no reason. Oh, okay.
If I thought it would be permanent, I would kill her.
All right, so what's your plan?
I guess we're heading to the wharfs, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. We're gonna go.
It's night, but it's not like late, right?
By this point, it's pretty late.
Ah.
It's
Uh,
well into the evening, like well into nighttime now.
Would it be possible for me to dip out and go to the bathroom real quick?
Sure, if we want, we can take a quick break here before we rejoin at the wharfs. All right, you guys make your way down to the poor district. There are a lot of rough looking areas here. A lot of the houses are basically patched together shacks, and as you continue further down, you make it back down towards the wharfs that you remember entering when you made it back from your adventures. Well, your imprisonment in Silver Rock. It's a pretty it's a pretty lazy night right now. Not a lot of wharf workers out right now. A couple people just finishing unloading a ship right now. A couple of dock workers. You're kind of near the warehouse district. You do recall from your previous journeys down here with Flix, when you were going to help her make her deal, selling the thing that she was transporting, that there are a few sewer inlets down here that lead out into the lake outside of Dragon's Rest.
Where are we?
We're in the port district. We're at the wharf.
Why?
Well, we're looking for the sewer entrance to find the creature.
Oh.
Nara, if you want bodies, you gotta help us find a body that's alive.
There are a number of people, dock workers, still walking around.
All of these?
No.
Oh.
We'll point out the bodies, don't worry.
Fine.
Can I approach one that doesn't look particularly busy?
Sure, you can walk up to somebody. He's carrying what appears to be a piece of documentation. You're guessing it's an itinerary. You're guessing he's either a foreman or one of the ship's crew.
Greetings, sir.
Oh, hello.
You wouldn't happen to live around these parts, would you?
Oh, gods, no. I live out in the hamlet out that way. I was just here delivering some stock, trying to catch some fish overnight.
You work nights often?
Oh, when it's needed of me. Why you ask?
Well, we're down here investigating something. Have you heard anything strange or seen anything out of the ordinary lately?
Is this about the lake devil?
Could be.
How did you say?
What do you know about this lake devil?
Not much really. It's just a legend, of course. It's like some giant beast down there that likes to drag ships down to the bottom.
Oh, right, that one. Anything
Can we get that body?
No.
It's all just legends, sir. Nobody's ever really seen it.
Right. Other than mysterious things about that, you haven't seen any or heard any strange noises, perhaps coming from sewers?
My first mate thought he did the other night.
And who is this first mate of yours?
Let me go get him, Jibby. Oi, Jibby! Oi, Jibby, this mate wants to talk to you, sir. Come on! He starts walking up to the, kind of walking up the gangplank of his ship. And, another gentleman, slightly portlier, shaggy black hair, walks down. Looks like he was just woken up from a nap. Aye, what you want? What you want?
Greetings, sir. Told that you might have heard something or seen something strange the other night, and I was wanting to ask you about it.
I thought I heard like voices coming out of one of them pipes out that place, like it's like not like screeches or nothing, but like whinings. It's like very subtle. I was out doing some business out towards that way, and well, like I thought I heard like the sounds of like crying almost. It's
Crying? Like a woman crying?
I guess, like, I was thinking about going checking myself, but it's like the tide was coming in and the waters was getting all uppity, and like it's you can't just go walking through that shit, you know. It's not
I
what
understand.
Paid for. It's probably just hearing things anyway. I mean, it's like lots of water down there, making lots of noise, splashing everywhere. I only heard it for like a second, you know. After that, not much, you know.
I understand. Thank you very much for your time, and I'll reach out and I'll grab his hand,
Aye.
or I'll reach out to shake his hand.
Ain't no money in that. He like points at your palm.
I was actually going to slip him a gold piece, so
He's still pointing at your palm. He doesn't see any gold in it.
I'll reach back in my coin pouch, and pull out a sparkling gold coin.
Oh, that's what I was talking about. Righteous for you, Gov. Yeah,
Have yourself a
accepts
good
the
night,
gold.
sir.
You as well. You as well. Just gonna get myself rut ripped. He starts walking away. It like hides the gold as his either foreman or captain starts talking to him.
Okay, I'll return to the group. It sounds like there was some sort of crying or wailing going on over in that direction. No point where the sailor pointed him out to.
Yep, it's the northern pipe that he points out.
Gotcha.
Then we go.
Hey, Nara, before we go, 1 second.
What?
Their first day working together.
Yes.
In times like this, Wolfgang usually takes point.
Point.
Or Denier. You know how? I'm gonna ask you very nicely to listen to the three of us. If you want any bodies, this will speed it up. Please.
What is point?
Oh my god.
Nara works alone. So,
Not tonight, you don't. You work in a team tonight. And in a team, you think about everybody.
oh, that will be difficult.
No.
I'm not used to working around anyone else but Whisper Cats.
Why did Solomon send you?
To collect the bodies.
And this is part of it. Consider it a lesson that you can use and take back to your master. How to work with other people. Others who don't fully trust you.
He says, bobbing his eyebrows up and down. Like Millhouse.
Okay. Snake Man, you lead the way since you are the boyfriend.
Nope. That is...
She said it. She said it, Asmo. It's true.
He's just grabbing his middle finger knuckles and driving it into like his temple. Like, oh my god.
But we were congratulated. Why are you upset now?
Because we're not. Do you even know what a boyfriend is?
My friend, you are a boy.
Wolfgang is heading you. Oh.
Asmo just does the blinking guy gif and just follows in as well.
All right, you
You
broke my
take
brain,
point,
Caitlin. I love
boyfriend.
Caitlin. I love you. You're so great at this. It's so funny. It's good shit. It's good shit.
You guys begin walking into the sewers. Turn off the other one. Oh, good. It turned itself off. As expected, dark, dank, doesn't smell very good. You can hear the skittering of creatures all about you as the sound of the shoreline from behind still echoes in from the mouth of the sewer, kind of echoing all around you, washing over you. As you're walking through ankle-deep muck in this sewer, you finally find your way over to a wider space in the aqueduct where you can actually step up onto some dry platform.
Nara has been in many of these.
Denier takes a bit of cloth, ties it around his snout, and casts prestidigitation to make it smell nice.
You do your damnedest to make it smell better, but man, it still kind of seeps through. You're still getting sewage wafts.
It smells like flowers and feces.
Yep.
Wolfgang attempts to ignore it because he smelled worse things before.
Yes, you've smelled rotting bodies. Horrifically rotting bodies.
Yep.
All right. I want somebody to make me just one of you to make me a survival check.
For we hold an election. Now, which one of us has the highest survival check?
It ain't me.
It ain't me. Unless it is, then that'd be weird.
Asmo.
What?
What's your
What's your
survival
survival?
skill?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes,
Yes.
I would.
My survival skill is 1. It's.
Oh,
Maybe,
I really,
maybe
really
it is
want
me.
you guys to be.
The low wisdom party.
I'm
Denier?
2.
I'll do it if you want.
What is your survival? What is your survival rating?
I have a survival rating, a positive
That-
survival rating.
I have a
Mine is
2.
more than 1. Yeah.
I will assist you, Wolfgang.
Okay.
All right,
Here I go.
Wolfgang with advantage.
Hey, uh-oh. 9.
Oh,
Wow,
So,
what a roll.
Jesus.
As you're attempting to get some wherewithal, just trying to find any form of tracks, you're not like, what shocks you most is that you're finding tracks, but you're finding a lot of tracks of various shapes and sizes, none of which match the size that you're looking for.
Are they fresh?
Some more than others, but with that roll, it's kind of hard for you to tell which one's the freshest.
We don't know
Well-
exactly what they're wearing, but we can assume they look pretty fresh.
Shite, I wasn't expecting this. There's multiple tracks down here.
so many potential for bodies.
Mm. Alistair just claps by your ear.
Wolfgang is doing his level best to ignore her.
Just clap by the ear.
Was loud.
It was. So was your voice. Shh.
Hey, you know what would benefit us greatly in this?
What is that?
Not alerting the fucking beast that eats people where we are.
But
Listen,
then
I
it would
got-
find us faster.
Huh?
I volunteer Nara
then
as
it would-
bait.
But
I
it would
second
find
that.
us faster. And then we could find it faster. And then this would be done.
I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be finding us. If it can smell magic, it can probably smell us.
Well, then
can
let's not give
smell
it
it.
any more advantages by letting it hear us, too.
What kind of surroundings are we on? Is there like multiple corridors, or is there only one and we're just out of the water?
Right now, it's just a singular stretch of sewer. As you're continuing to walk, just looking at these multitudes of various footprints and just embedded throughout dried muck on the side of where you're walking.
I will summon Eska.
From around your neck, like a scarf, once again, the little form of the weasel just looks around with its happy little face. Notices a new friend.
Yeah?
Kind of tilts its head toward you, Nara.
Ma'am? What is this?
He's my familiar. His name is Eska.
Nara's gonna summon Whisper immediately.
Whisper, your shadow bristles and just the form of the cat begins to twist around you. What is its target?
Oh, shit. Shit. Fuck.
Its
Forgot
eyes
it would
track
attack.
the room.
Fuck. God damn it. I forgot about this.
Look, Whisper Cat, a new friend.
Eska.
It looks at Eska. Kind of gets down like it's about to pounce. Eska's eyes widen for a moment. And Eska begins to bolt as Whisper begins chasing it deep into the sewer.
Snap my fingers and I dismiss Eska.
Oh,
Whisper Cat.
At which point
For all the
Whisper
God's
jumps, clasps its claws out upon where Eska would be, lands, and Eska disappeared. Whisper, like a cat looking for a laser pointer, raises its other paw, starts circling around, just looking like, where'd it go? Where'd it go? I get?
Whisper Cat. That was supposed to be new friend, not new food.
its ears go back as it wanders back to you and just kind of like headbutts you on the side and just sits down.
She's just like shaking her head, like, "Ugh, I cannot believe these things."
Right, this is already interfering in what we're trying to do.
Well, then we should
Amazing.
find the thing faster.
Could I use clairvoyance at this point?
Go ahead and click the spell and read off the text as Whisper just kind of like nuzzles into you and forms back into your shadow.
Beep, 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 beep. Created invisible sensor with a range and a location familiar
if you
to you.
click on the title of the
oh,
thing,
I'm
it should
sorry.
pop up in chat
Ah.
too.
Beep.
Yeah, there you go. Now feel free to read it.
You create an invisible sensor within a range and a location familiar to you, a place you've visited or seen before, or in an obvious location that is unfamiliar to you, such as behind a door, around a corner, or in a grove of trees. Sensor remains in place for the duration, and it can't be attacked or otherwise interacted with. When you cast a spell, you choose seeing or hearing. You can use the chosen sense through the sensor as if you were in its space. As your action, you can switch between seeing and hearing. A creature that can see the sensor, such as a creature benefiting from the see, invisibility, or true sight, sees a luminous, intangible orb about the size of your fist.
So I guess my question would be, where would you want to place it?
Is it so it's a static sensor or a
Yep, you
roving?
It stays in one place, if I'm correct. Remains in place. Yep, for the duration.
Yeah,
Okay.
Normally when spells have an effect like that, it would say you can use your action or bonus action to move the sensor up to a certain space, but I don't think there's anything like that.
Yeah, that's a higher spell. That's Arcane Eye.
Right. Okay. So, I guess I can try doing it just like around whatever the next corner is to see what's going on there.
If you wanted to take 10 minutes to cast that around the
Oh,
corner, you are allowed.
shizo. Yeah, may as well, since we're standing around anyway. I'm sure Nara would be getting impatient already, so that would have been something she probably did from the get-go of walking in.
All right. You class Clairvoyance. That's one of your third level spells.
Yes.
And from around the corner, as you see this, the eye appears above an aqueduct, looking across, kind of above a cistern that looks down to the tunnel that's like around the corner from where you are.
Mm-hmm.
As Wolfgang continues walking and tracking the tracks, you can see him walking into the intersection.
Okay.
And as you look around the rest of this area, I'm assuming that you're using it for sight.
Yes.
You see that this cistern opens up down into another hallway, and there's a set of there looks to be some gear along the side of the wall used to either clean or maintain this area. That's mostly what you see around that corner.
Okay.
To the rest of you, Nara's eyes just formed two massive pools of arcane blackness. And as more of them continue to join Wolfgang, you see them wandering up that way as well. The eye will continue to stay there for the next 10 minutes, should you decide to look through it again. Or listen through it.
Got it.
There does not seem to be anything nearby. There is an entrance.
Is there an exit? Can you tell?
Cannot see that far. Why don't we just go? Taking so much time thinking about what to do and not doing.
Listen, rush in there head first. You lose. Especially when we're dealing with something that, I mean, it's anything like it was the first time we saw it. It's a bit of a big deal.
Big deal. What does big deal mean?
Hey, you know what? Since death means nothing to you, why don't you go ahead and take point, since you seem so eager?
Okay.
Nara's gonna just run down the sewer.
Lead the way, Nara.
All right, Nara, give me a survival check.
Oops, I'm on the wrong page. Oh lord, that was a mistake.
Doesn't look like one.
As you burst past Wolfgang, you're as well as any of you can see in the darkness, Nara almost seems to be like at home down here. And with your drow eyes, you easily spot sticking out of the muck a very familiar sight. It looks to be a human femur.
Nara found the remains of a snack.
Do we go to her when she says that?
I imagine we were following her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nara's just been kind of like, I don't know. How would you describe your method of transportation down this mucky hallway?
Since she's so, like, she would go from, like, normal whimsy fun time to, like, serious, like, it's business time, like, slinking, because she knows there's a target to find. So she's gonna, like, get down and, like, all of her movements are gonna change to, like, I'm hunting something now. And then the moment she finds the femur, she's like, wee, a treat!
Then you kind of do, like, a cartwheel and a kick down to it.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check while you're moving, then.
14.
All right, your slinking is extra slinky, which is completely counterbalanced by your exuberance from finding the femur, which is
Yes.
leading down basically the straight path hallway, like
Okay.
leading straight down in past the sensor that you left behind.
Gotcha.
So you know you're on the right track heading this way.
I think it's down this track.
Shh.
I think it's down this track.
There we go. That's a bit better. Okay. Everyone, inside voice is going forward.
I stealth.
All right, everybody who
Fuck, where
chooses
did
to
Veneer
roll
go?
stealth, roll stealth.
I rolled an 11.
Here's got
Sneaky.
I roll 16.
Soft 20.
Oh, did I need to roll stealth again?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Wolfgang, for a man dressed all in white, you blend
I'm
into
surprisingly
the shadows very
sneaky,
well.
right?
Yeah.
Crazy. Like that
The
one episode
blonde?
of Samurai Jack.
The blonde man is very stealthy.
That's because he doesn't want anyone to see him even outside.
Deep.
All right, you guys proceed down, continuing to follow the trail that Nara has picked up.
While we're walking, I'm going to keep an eye. I'm going to keep a mental preparation of the tunnels we're taking as we're going through and how long we've been on each pathway.
Sure thing. Veneer keeping up his mental map. Asmo, Wolfgang, and Nara, I want you to make me a perception check as you're walking.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Natural 20.
24.
15.
Asmo, as you are walking, following Nara, you see a very peculiar sight as you are just managing to step over a large pile of poo. You look up into a sewer grate and you see a rat staring out at you, a very odd-looking rat.
What's
and
so
Nara,
odd about the rat?
as you turn to see Asmo to make sure everybody's keeping up with you, you notice his eye line, and you too notice the rat. Not only is it staring at you, as if it's studying you, its head seems kind of lumpy and misshapen. And as it recognizes that you're staring at it, it gets back down onto all fours and scurries back into the
Detect
pit.
magic.
You didn't notice.
Oh, never mind.
We're being
do you-
Asmo's just we're being watched.
Don't see shit, Captain.
We're being watched. Nara, did you
By
see
what?
that?
Tiny creature, yes. Lumpy
There was
face.
a mouse. There was a rat staring right at us. And it
Tiny
didn't look
lumpy
right.
rat.
I didn't say it was lumpy, but it is lumpy.
I did. Lumpy head.
Oh. Little lumpy head. It was staring right at us. And once it realized that I was staring right at it, it ran away. Why the fuck would the rat care about that? It knows we're
Well-
coming. I think it knows we're coming, and I think it's got spies. I think it's got guards.
I'll poke Denier. Maybe it has familiars.
Possible.
Perfect. Familiars.
I'd-
Rat familiars in a sewer. What could be more apt?
Hey, Nick.
Uh-huh.
Has Nara ever experienced anything like that in the past?
Go ahead and give me a intelligence check with advantage.
Ooh.
B.
Just click on the intelligence stat.
BB.
18.
Yeah.
All right. While you're not familiar with rats with heads shaped like that, words pop back into your head. Words you heard quite recently after meeting Asmo. His stout friend mentioned something about following the rats.
Snake Man,
What?
we were told to follow the rats. Your friend said.
What?
Was that not a rat?
It was.
So we need to follow.
Asmo just looks to Denier and Wolfgang.
Where did you find this information?
From the forge. The when I met the Snake Man. There was the mean man who took away the head I wanted.
Oh. You never actually told us what you were doing there.
Oh.
What
That.
do you?
Oh. Snake Man, you talk then.
I actually don't remember. I mean, I love game. I actually have no memory of this. Sorry.
I
Uh,
put it
you-
in the
you were
I
told-
put it in the
Broken.
recap.
Broken.
Bro Ken said that. He said follow the rats.
You said that what Garrick's message to you should
Yeah,
have
it was
been
literally
counted in with
Garrick's
all the
last
rats.
message to you.
I'm sorry. I don't. Sorry.
Well,
You
follow
good?
the rats then.
Now this sewer
The,
grate.
sto- the storm drain that the rat is in is probably too small for any of you to fit into.
What direction did it go?
Down the
Would
pipe.
like to follow. Someone went vertically down.
Straight down this this storm drain that it was running through.
I'll
which
summon
is basi-
Eska. Sorry, go ahead, Lonnie.
Oh, you go ahead.
I'll summon Eska and lift him up into the piping.
All right. Eska pops in there.
Give him the command to follow the rats.
Tiny ferret, wait.
Looks at you kind of
Nara's-
timidly.
Nara's sorry the Whisper Cat tried to eat you.
And she like waves at it because she knows it's about to go scurry off.
It waves, flicks its tail outward, and scurries down the storm drain to try to find the rat.
He's smart. He's real smart. And Denier places a hand on Wolfgang's shoulder, and every so often he's going to shift back and forth between his sight and Eska's sight.
All
All
right.
right, I'll just make sure Denier doesn't get snatched away from me, I suppose.
Or step into too much poo.
Yeah, while I'm in Eska's vision, I won't be able to see or hear. So, just don't let me walk off or
It's written right there.
anything.
You know what? I will cast detect magic because I was alerted to the rat.
The
I
rat.
underlined the follow the rats note I took last session that I completely fucking forgot.
Oh, no.
Christ. I found
You
it
did.
in my notes. I'm sorry guys. My memory
You
issues.
fine?
Yeah, you're all right.
There's a lot of stuff going on every day.
The great lumped rat.
All right, as
Great
you
lumpy rat.
yeah, the lump rat. As
Lumpy
you
head.
as you activate detect magic, of course you see everybody's magical equipment. Most notably, on Nara, being this the first time that you're able to glance at her with detect magic on. First of all, they have a similar aura to all of the sorcerers. There's innate magic in Nara's blood. Furthermore, on their person, let's see, pop that open. NPCs. You see, kind of on the kind of tucked into her belt behind her back is a immensely magical sickle, almost of the same caliber as Crescendo, and almost of the same caliber as Asmo's Chimera. They are wearing a ring that is magical, and kind of tied to the back of their hair is this stranded veil that is magical as well.
What school is the veil in the ring?
I believe the veil is transmutation. I believe the ring is abjuration.
Okay, I'm assuming that's shield and disguise self. Or counterspell.
Like.
Okay.
But as opposed to that, the femur that was found bears a magical resonance similar to that of the Arcane innate.
Oh, great. Have some news about that femur.
Yes?
It's definitely a sorcerer's bone.
Oh,
And
what does that do
further-
for us?
Sorry. Some of the
Means
feces
the wrong
also
direction.
also shows traces of magic.
Magic shit.
I'll prestidigitation my shoes.
And so is that. Probably X people that we're stepping in.
X snacks.
Whatever
The
you say.
The more they walk into the sewers, the more Daenerys' mood is growing gradually darker and worse.
Oh, and by the way, for Nara, when he was casting Detect Magic, it was almost the exact opposite of you casting Clairvoyance, where your eyes were like pools of shadow. His were motes of light.
And during that time, she had like a really concerned expression on her face because she doesn't like sunlight and she thinks that it's like hurting him.
Yeah, you kind of had to squint and put like your hand up as he's doing it a little, because he does emit a little bit of light when he's doing that.
Too much.
As you proceed, it's a bit easier to track now that you know what you're looking for. Nara has been pretty good at pointing out bones as they pop up. Finger bone here, ribs there. You finally circle around a corner and you can hear the clack, 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 clack of feet approaching, like feet pattering on stone.
Oh shit. Who hears that? All of us?
Yeah, it sounds like small feet running.
Do we
It's
have
a
any idea how
medium-sized creature.
many?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Haha.
24. That's
Yeah.
good.
Is that perception for all of us or just her?
I'll let Nara's ride on this one, as it's more than enough. Between the echoing, it's kind of hard to make out, but you're able to discern that it is one pair of feet running.
Ah.
A relatively small, delicate pair of feet at that.
Just one. Smaller.
It's coming from around the corner.
Oh. One very small. It's around the corner, I think.
Daenerys gonna continue stealth and head that direction.
Pull out my gun in crescendo.
All right, as
This one
you
pulls out Chimera.
pull around the corner, Daenerys, Nara, you step forward. Nara, you're the first one to be able to see it, but running down the corridor is a small-framed, red-haired girl, kind of in this panicked sprint.
What tiny child?
Hearing your voice and seeing your shape kind of like take hold in the darkness, she can't see shit down here. She stops and just panics in place.
It's okay.
I have detect magic on still. What is this?
Looks like a sorcerer. It looks like Abigail.
Abigail, is that you?
Who said that?
That's me, Wolfgang. I'm directly across from you. Nothing else is strange about her magical aura at all, is it?
Doesn't seem that
I'll
way.
go ahead and just give you a representation as well, in case I do see something. I will just walk out cautiously.
She's kind of like holding her hand out in front of her,
I'll touch her hand.
and she kind of like grasps at it.
It's okay. You're safe now.
It came back, and it tried to bite me, but I threw fire at it. It was distracted. I ran.
Shh, you're okay. You're okay. All right, we're gonna get you out of here, okay?
Okay, it's still back there.
I'll look back at the others, and I'll just be holding her.
How far are we into the sewers, Lani?
You've probably been traveling for about 3/4 of a mile between the pipes.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'll give you this, as you've as up until now, I'm guessing you've mostly been focusing on Eska.
Mm-hmm.
Eska has been traveling through the storm drain. It eventually caught sight of the rat as it continued to run. Eska, how far away from your familiar can you be?
I can. Let me double check that. I believe I can give him commands up to a mile, I think. Let me check.
For Find Familiar, while if it is 100 feet from you, you can communicate with it telepathy, and as an action, you can see through your familiar's eyes. So it's 100 feet.
Oh,
Okay,
it's only
so-
100 feet?
Yeah, so for the first 100 feet, it does manage to catch up to the rat as it is scurrying its way back up to the surface. You can see it. The last thing you see before you lose track of Eska as it's basically stalking this rat
Mm-hmm.
is it's crawling over to a man in a brown cloak who's hunched over on a bench.
Man in a brown cloak on a bench.
And as it crawls up the man's leg, and then you lose track of Eska as Wolfgang pulled you too far away from the source.
Okay.
Brown cloak sitting on a bench.
Yeah, the rats lead me to a man with a brown cloak.
Okay, so I don't know if I heard that. Is it above the surface? Above the?
I've been relaying everything.
Yeah, that
It's in the, it's the storm drain.
Yeah, this is something that happened before you ran into Abigail. Just to.
Okay, so what was the guy said? He said he was sitting on a bench. So that's above the sewers, then.
Yep, he is on the street level.
Ah, damn it. Okay.
Do I
Wait.
still have contact with that the vision, or is that long past?
You can zip back to it if you want.
I just want to check it.
The cistern is undisturbed.
Okay.
Cool.
Brown cloak sitting on a bench. And scurried up his leg.
That narrows it down.
We've seen that
anything
before.
like that? Did you see anything like that? What? You have? Where?
Mhm.
When?
I think I might be misremembering. It was a while ago, back when we had just gotten back into the city. There was a man who had just died in the middle of the street. He was sitting on a bench too. It's very familiar sounding. Acted strange, moved stranger.
He died, though.
We can talk about it later. I don't think it's important now.
And
And
here's
did
where you
the
find
snake
Abigail.
man's in the body? No.
And this is where you heard the footsteps at that point. And now we'll flash forward to Wolfgang kind of like clutching Abigail's hand.
Daenerys will slowly move up, and he will stand by Abigail's side. It's me. It's okay. I told you I'd find you.
I'll go ahead and I'll just cast a little bit of light on my finger.
Nara, you kind of have to like squint a little bit as the light pops into view.
It's white, too bright. Ugh.
Stop complaining.
Then make it dark again.
It'll be dark in a moment. Just close your eyes.
So testy today, Snake Man.
It's the first day you met me.
She kind of
Still
like
testy.
shuffles around to get behind you. Just kind of like looking back down the dark corridor from where she came.
Is this the one you searched for?
Yes, this is the one that This is her. I'd say we pull back for now, get her out of here, or at least
How
one of
far?
us pulls back.
Abigail, how far away is it?
I don't know. I just ran. I ran. I don't even
How
know
long?
where I am or where I came from.
Let's get her out of here first and foremost. The important thing is that she's safe and we know where it is now.
You two take up
Not
the front,
even
me and Nar.
one body.
You two take up the front, me and Nar will take up the rear.
Mm.
All right.
We do need to be cautious. We need to warn everybody around to keep an eye out for this thing. If it's lost Abigail, that means it's going to go looking for somebody again. I could probably get Abigail out of here if you three feel safe moving forward, unless you want to go as a group.
We're going all in if we do this. Is there any way to set anything that could tell us when something comes in and out of that entrance we just came through?
Yeah. Yeah. I have a spell that can do that.
Then set that and let's get the hell out of here.
Please hurry.
Okay, so which area are you talking about, Taco?
You said there was an entrance that when Nara first saw it when she ran down it.
Ramses Palto does have a teleportation circle in his abode.
Oh, and Nick, just for reference, like as long as that the clairvoyance spells up, she's gonna be checking it every all the time.
Like Twitter?
I will let you know if anything pops up there.
I figured as much.
Now, quick question for you, Lani.
Mm-hmm.
Over the course, from the beginning of the day all the way to now, is there any point at any time where we'd have had like a 2-hour bit of downtime?
Since you've cast Dream, probably not.
Okay, then I am out of 5th level spells. Since I casted one Dream whenever I first woke up at the beginning of the day, and one Dream before we came in.
Crap.
Why is everyone so concerned? Don't we want to find the thing that is here that took the little one?
We do, but we want to make sure that she is safe before we do that.
She is
Let's
safe
take her out.
now.
Let's take her out. It hunts from this position, so now we know the rough route where it is.
Let's get Abigail out of the sewers first and foremost.
Alright.
Get her somewhere safe.
If this creature was so big and terrifying, why did this tiny one escape so easily?
Because she's small and fast. Wait. He stops and he looks over at Nar for a second, and then he looks back at Abigail. Abigail,
She's panicked, staring around.
it's okay. You're with us. Remember, I said that I'd get you. I want you to remember something for me, okay?
Okay.
When you were sleeping and you were with Tom and I, what color was the drink?
She looks at you.
Very clever.
Ah, damn it.
23 to hit.
So.
I shield. It's going to hit me anyway, but I shield.
All right.
Wait a minute,
As she grins at you with these massive, they almost become like dagger-like teeth in her mouth as she stares at you. You feel this sharp, digging pain in your ribs. As you take 14 points of slashing damage.
All right.
Ouch. Ooh.
Arcane Ward activates.
This happens so quickly. By the way, this is like something out of The Thing.
As her form begins to, her veins begin to bulge, her muscles flex, and poof, standing directly next to you is this massive yellow-eyed creature that you had seen before, teeth full of or mouth full of sharp teeth. Wolfgang. That's a 22 to hit.
Would I?
And that is 11 points of slashing damage as the other claw digs, basically grips into your hand and grips onto your arm and rips straight up,
That's a
slicing
flash
through
of
your coat.
light. A flash of light. While he does that, I am perfectly unharmed. I have 14 temporary hit points at the start of each long rest.
Yeah, so you see this almost this celestial shield girds your arm as the fingers slice through your coat.
Oh, even better. It's shaped like my wings. It comes from my back.
All right. With that, I want everybody to roll initiative.
By the way, I'm pretty sure as well that Denier and Asmo both also have half
they
my
have,
warlock level plus my charisma.
Denier does not, because he did not sleep at the
that's true.
Wolfgang estate.
That's correct.
So
Okay.
Asmo.
So Asmo,
What?
Plus 14?
you have 9 temporary hit points.
Yay, that's
What?
lovely.
11 initiative. It's
It's
Connor's
a class
ability.
ability from him.
Yep. A celestial
oh.
warlock.
Wait, I confuse. Did it send mine?
Yep,
No, mine's also frozen.
okay.
I see Caitlin's. It reads 12 for now.
Okay.
Here we go. 7.
Yeah, mine aren't sending. I got it. Oh boy. Alrighty.
They'll probably send all of them at once in like a couple seconds here.
Oh no!
Give me a beat, boy, and free my soul. I want to show them what I roll. 22.
Nice.
All right. Asmo, after that, you're up.
All right, Asmo, just as a free action, can I just yell one thing at Nara as I run at the thing?
Absolutely.
You want the bodies? Then fight this! And Asmo just leaps on the thing. Asmo pulls out Chimera, but he's gonna switch it to. Oh my! I gotta look at the different forms of Chimera. Now, Nick, real quickly here.
Uh-huh.
Fang is the sword version, right?
Yes, Fang is
Shell
the
is-
short sword.
Shell is the shield.
Uh-huh.
Stin. What is Stin?
Sting?
Stinger. It should be Stinger. Well, it is typed out Stinger, but it's probably abbreviated because it can't hold
Yes,
that much
I
letters.
can't widen it. I'm trying.
Yeah, that's the spear. And then there's a one-handed and a two-handed variant for that.
Okay, well, Asmo is gonna go for. He's just gonna go for Fang. Not changing it yet. Asmo goes for a Fang strike. Natural 20.
Oh my god!
Almost as if
What
on
a
instinct,
fucking opener!
you see
Yeah, I know,
this thing rend Denier across the chest and try to rip off Wolfgang's arm. And as you see it raise its arm into the air, you shove Chimera straight under his armpit, trying to get him straight in the heart. Go ahead and roll damage.
12 plus 5. And 6 plus 6. That is.
Now that's a lot of damage.
That's 29 points of damage, Nick.
Yeah, it is. Okay. As you stab straight under the armpit, straight in to the hilt, you can see his body kind of like tense as he snarls and looks down towards you.
Asma just says before he goes for the next attack, because you gotta have a good one-liner. Wow. Guess you landed on your feet. And then Asma's gonna stab at his feet with his offhand Kabuto. 23.
23 hits.
6 plus 4. Cold.
All right,
10. And Asma was for his third attack. Oh no. Did I drop?
No, you haven't dropped. It just hasn't shown up yet.
Yeah,
I can.
Any second now.
I can pull up your character sheet for you to make this go quicker if it's having
Oh,
issues.
Kabuto hit for a 23. Did 6 plus 4 points of damage.
Yep, I saw that.
No, that showed up.
Oh.
there it is.
Chimera one more time. 24.
All right, 24 also hits as you dig Kabuto into his toes, and then you rip Chimera straight out through, trying to rip it through the front of his chest. It gets caught on his collarbone, so you kind of just widen the hole.
Get in there. Make a hole for the Robotussin to get in there. 8 plus 3 electric damage.
It's 11. All right.
Well, that was a hell of an opener. That was one of my favorite openers of all time.
Ugh, man.
I was I flash stepped right inside him.
He kind of snarls
Fighters.
and looks at the lot of you.
Fucking love playing a fighter.
Good to have you.
He casts invisibility.
Counterspell.
Mud. Oh, beautiful.
All right.
Wait, I can't. I use my reaction for shield. Wait.
Oh,
I
that's
can
correct.
With his
counterspell,
initial-
though?
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh
Okay.
shit!
Lanny,
as
quick
he-
question for you. When he attacked us, that was a surprise round from last round, correct? Then we rolled initiative.
It's technically the round. I would count that as a reaction before your turn.
Okay, then never mind. I cannot counterspell.
But as he's attempting to cast invisibility, Nara, you said you cast counterspell?
Yes.
As he kind of clicks his fingers to disappear, your
Oh, wait.
eyes, you can see the mana kind of flowing around him like a cloak as your shadow reaches out, connects with his, and you can see that mana, that cloak of mana, just slurp into that shadow.
Oh.
You just hear
It says cast at what level? 3?
Yep.
Okay. There we go.
And since
Good
invisibility
job,
is a
Whisper Cat.
third level spell, yep, that counters it. So he's upset by this, and glances around angrily, proceeds to start running. Everybody gets an opportunity to attack.
I'm gonna do, or who? Is there an order?
Doesn't matter. Well, except for Denier. Everybody. Wait, actually no. Since counterspell is a reaction, you don't get one. Asmo
Okay.
and Wolfgang both get a opportunity attack.
Okay.
On.
And we were flanked as well.
Yeah. So Wolfgang, you'll get a +3.
Crescendo. Here we go. 28.
That
Oh
hits.
my god, we're rolling so nice.
For 8 slashing.
All right. And Asmo, you also get an opportunity.
Now it's not invisible, right?
He is not invisible, so this is not at disadvantage.
Okay. So Asmo is going to, as a when it says Chimera has a bonus action, can I switch it mid-swing essentially?
You have to use a bonus action.
I see. Okay then, very well then. Asmo is going to try and hit him with the javelin chain he's had around his waist and along his
You would
leg.
have to equip that.
Son of a Chimera Fang one more time.
24 hits.
24.
Waha!
13 plus 4. Oh my god. 17 points of damage.
As he's running past you, you basically catch him at the ankle and just pull the blade straight through, nearly severing his Achilles tendon as he's just booking it down this dark hallway. You see him run past this log in the distance. As he slaps it, debris begins to fall in the tunnel behind you, between you and him.
Ah! Where are you running, big boy?
As the tunnel collapses, you are now trapped in the sewers. And combat has ended.
Snake Man,
What?
this is your fault.
Asmo.
How?
Asmo, listen
What?
to me. Do you want a chance to get him?
Not
Take
without
my
you
hand,
guys.
Asmo.
No, not without all of you. I'm not going to engage this guy alone. He didn't seem phased by me shoving the knife as far into his heart as possible.
Oh, he was
He's not
phased.
even.
Oh. He looked nonplussed by it. Sorry, I just,
How did it hide itself like that?
Were you detecting magic?
Yes.
Abigail's magical, so how are you to know one way or the other?
And it's a pattern. Across all sorcerers I see. I can see the magic in their blood. It must
How
have
did you not see?
It must have polymorphed itself, but I would have been able to see that spell. I would have known that it was polymorph. It must have a way to hide itself.
I can say I have strong faith in your magics.
Denier, give me a perception check from there.
All right. 21.
You smell fresh blood.
He's going to-
Fresh blood.
He's going to run in that direction.
All right, it's around the that little corner down at the bottom there. As you begin to
Denier.
run, you smell the nope, not that the little bend.
Oh, over here?
Yep. As you run down, you can see Abigail bleeding profusely.
Wolfgang, over here! And he's going to just rush in to try to get to her.
There are bars in your way.
Okay,
Clunk.
cool. I grab Wolfgang and I cast Dimension Door through the bars.
Whoa, wait a minute. Oh,
What the?
all right. We're here now. Gonna healing hands on Abigail immediately. Wait. Anything weird with Aurora?
She looks like a normal sorcerer, just not breathing very well.
So did the last one. She's gonna turn into a weird ghoul again.
How we
use
kill her
healing-
now?
I use healing hands on her.
And you stabilize her.
What
Her
are
breathing,
you doing?
Her breathing
That's not-
steadies as she.
That's actually her.
How do you know?
Asmo turns to her. The thing was masking as her to try and get us at the drop of a hat. And it worked to a certain degree, but it wasn't expecting us to jump on it so quickly. She's here now.
We'll see.
She sits up.
It's okay. It's okay. It's me. It's Denier.
And me.
Wolfgang, you're still emitting a little bit of light from your finger. As she's looking around, she sees you. I'm so sorry.
Hey, there's nothing to be sorry about. Let's get you out of here.
Why is she sorry?
Just points at Nara. Just says with the finger that has the light on it.
Yeah,
Why
your-
is
your-
she sorry?
Your shadow slinks to the other side of you.
Abigail, it's okay. You have to answer a question for me first, though, okay?
Okay.
You had a dream last night. I was there. Tom was there. Lush was there. What color was the drink that you were drinking last night?
Orange.
It's her. And he grabs her and pulls her into a hug.
He's
Okay.
She can name a color and now we trust her?
A very
Yes.
specific color that I chose last night.
She's kind of like patting at your chest and you're trying to get some words out. He's
He's what?
He said he was after a special one.
Who?
She looks over to Wolfgang. He said it was yours.
No.
I'm sorry.
Ah, shit.
I used the Cape of the Mountebank to dimension door to the surface.
How far can that go?
500 feet.
Oh.
You sure as fuck do.
Oh, that's quite. That's
Radiant
guys!
I am flying to my house.
Wolfgang just disappeared.
What? Where
Oh, wow.
did the blonde man go?
Yeah, he twirls his cape in front of him and then
Huh? What happened?
It's a fucking tokusatsu shit that just happened, man. Jesus.
I'll cast Sending as well. I use a 4th level slot to cast Sending.
2.
Jamat, heads up. You got a magic-wielding ogre heading for Elliot. We don't know if he's coming. Get Elliot safe. Wolfgang's on his way.
You get a reply back. Oh, I'm not sure how to take that, sir, but I'll make sure everything's on lockdown. I'll let sure everybody knows what's what. I'll wait for Mr. Wolf. I'll wait for Master Wolfgang.
And Daenerys goes back to hugging Abigail.
What is an Elliot?
Wolfgang.
I am soaring through the air towards my house.
Yup, you are just bursting at full speed, trying to get to your house. There's a bit of a ways between you. You know the size of what's your flying speed?
My flying speed is 30, but I'm dashing, so 60.
All right. So you are zipping your way towards your home.
I also have detect magic on, so I can see him. Actually, you know what? I have goggles of see invisibility, so I'll put those on, activate them.
All right. You're making your way through the streets, just flying, trying to find anything that you can that's resembles this creature, but knowing that it can disguise itself as pretty much anyone or anything. Give me a perception check.
Perception. Gonna be 7. No, nothing.
Let me check. It's the damnedest thing. As you're flying through this, you've been. How long can you stay flying?
It is a minute, so I'll just be screeching through the air for a minute, and I'll as it's coming down, I will slowly lower myself to the ground.
About that amount of time as you're making your way towards the end of the poorer district. You see the damnedest sight. You see yourself walking out of an alley and running.
Hey!
You call out to you. As you call out to you, blade drawn, you turn to see you. Your eyes widen as you come soaring in to attack you. Go ahead and roll initiative again.
This has been the greatest clothesline of all time.
Initiative is going to be 9.
Got a natural 1. So
I want to believe that below game we're trying to get out of the sewers, right?
Sure. But it's going to take you a lot longer than what's happening right now. As you fly out of the sky, straight down towards this doppelganger. Crescendo is burning in your hands. What do?
You stay the fuck away from my son! And I will radiant crescendo his face.
Roll to hit.
Oh, that was 23.
That hits.
Radiant crescendo deals 9 slashing and 10 radiant. I'm going to Eldritch Smite that.
Okay. Go ahead and add that.
So he takes an additional. I'm going to use my 5th level spell slot on that one.
Motherfucker, okay.
Eldritch Smite deals 1d8 plus an additional 1d8 per spell slot, so 68 force damage on top of that.
Jesus.
Holy fuck.
Uh, 38 force damage.
As you come screeching out of the sky from over your head, you bring the blade down and across yourself, your doppelganger, as this radiant beam just erupts from this creature. You hear this otherworldly howl as its arms contort, its teeth become jagged and crooked, and it grows back to its sickening, monstrous form. Its eyes kind of roll to the back of its head as it tries to regain its focus. I still
What's
believe
its size
it's your
category?
turn.
What's its
It's
size category?
It's a large creature.
It's prone.
Yeah, it falls flat on its ass trying to like wipe this burning, searing, celestial, burning, radiant flame off of it.
Another radiant crescendo.
Okay. He is considered helpless.
14.
Or he's prone. That just hits.
Okay. That's going to be an additional 7 plus 10 radiant.
Alright.
And let me just check something here real quick. Modified into radiant damage roll. Radiant soul. I believe I can deal additional damage to it equals my level, so it takes an additional 10 radiant damage.
This creature is howling in agony, shifting forms over and over again. It bares its teeth at you and just glares at you. I need to feed!
What did it say?
I need to feed!
Allow me to quench your hunger. And I'll shove Requiem into his mouth. Bonus action, gunslinger.
Yup. Go ahead and roll to hit.
23.
That hits.
5 piercing.
And as you essentially empty the chamber, just boo, 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 its eyes roll into the back of its head. You literally decapitate the upper half of this thing's head with crescendo or with Requiem as you keep firing until they just click, 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 click. That is the scene that, having scavenged your way out of the sewers, crawling your way to the nearest duct, you see Wolfgang just pulling the trigger over and over again in this thing's now desiccated mouth.
Yeah, Wolfgang is just crouching over this thing, shaking. His wings are still sprawled. He is splattered in blood.
Is it that Wolfgang is just up there, or did the rest of the party find their way out?
You guys found your way up there.
Okay.
Yeah, because Wolfgang's just basically been sitting there just click, 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 click for like 5 minutes as you made your way out of the sewer.
Yeah, I'm not letting Abigail look at that. She's got Daenerys' cloak on.
He just collapses to one knee. Yes.
You're cutting out.
Doing okay?
I'm fine now.
So...
Not this one.
He swings and points crescendo at Nara.
you see your master again, tell him this is what happens to people that fuck with my family.
I don't think he minds much, but I will pass it on along when I see him next time.
Good. Flick the blade off a crescendo and dismisses it.
The blade kind of disappears in this white radiant fire.
So, Snake Man.
Not now. Not now.
Help me carry this.
Asmo just saunters on over.
Denier,
How far are we taking it?
back to the Kylum Diabola if we can. We need to do an autopsy.
Okay, let's just walk a dead body through the city.
Do we need all of it?
Preferably.
Well, I don't think we're gonna get the part of its head that Wolfgang apparently blew over that wall. So,
Can you shrink it, Denier?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I can do it. I'll be able to do it for about a minute at a time.
We don't have much else to do left for the night, do we?
But I've also got to get Abigail back to the Academy for the Arcane Innate.
I also have the bag of holding.
Won't fit, Asmo. This thing is large.
We'll make sure that Denier will reach into his pouch, and he will grab into his bag, and he will pull. I think I have a blanket, unless I got rid of it. No, I got rid of my blanket. Nope, there it is. I pull out my blanket.
Denier found his blanket. Don't worry, everybody.
Yep. Denier takes the blanket, puts it on the ground, casts Reduce on the body, and he will assist in moving the body over. It decreases by half, and by the weight will decrease by a factor of 8.
All right, so instead of being a 700-pound being, it is now slightly under 100 pounds.
Yep, and we got a minute.
Asmo, get on one side. I'll get on the other.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna I'll fast forward this for you and say that you guys can get it back to the Kylum Diaboli, pretty much no issue. I mean, eventually you could probably just find somebody to borrow a cart from.
But I want to do our own version of Weekend at Bernie's.
You want to pretend it's alive?
Yeah, because it has to have a conversation with somebody.
You get it back
I'm
to
joking.
the Kylum Diaboli.
By the way, Connor, that was amazing acting, dude.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Great.
I was gonna save it to the end, but that was really good.
You take it into what is essentially your biology, your anatomy lab. In there, you find Talia, who is currently going over some notes pretty late at night. Oh! Sorry,
Clear
I
table.
didn't- She, her eyes kind of like widen. Yeah, sure. She starts brushing papers aside.
I'm still splattered with blood.
She's noticed that her hair is, just to re-describe her, she's got pixie cut black hair, athletic, kind of acrobatic frame. Yeah, of course. She shuffles some papers to the side and even helps you get the large body up onto it. Where did you find this thing?
In the sewers?
Is this the creature your cousin was looking for?
Oh, by all accounts, it must be. All of the evidence points towards it, and all the information pointed to there being only one of it. It was intelligent. Even had the capability of casting spells.
It blew its goddamn brains all over the wall, though.
I've noticed that. Got a hell of an arm on you. Asmo, give me a perception check.
Oh, fun. Those are always fun checks to make.
They are.
I clicked it. You gotta believe me. I've clicked it, Nick.
I believe you. We'll see what happens as this conversation continues. Because honestly, this is just something that's going to kind of like passively happen, or it won't. So we'll see.
Oh my God, this computer, this internet connection. What is happening
worries.
here?
So let's should we cut it open and see what makes it tick? It looks like a blue oak. She kind of she eyes you a bit, Nara. Well, hello.
She's not a part of this.
We've met. She looks at the rest of you. You sure?
Fairly certain.
Hi, I'm Nara. Nice to meet you.
She sticks out her hand again.
Talia sticks out her arm as well. Very nice to meet you, Nara. I am Talia. Don't see many of your persuasion down here.
No, Nara works alone most often, but she's here for the Snake Man.
That's an 8, by the way.
Asmo remains oblivious, but there's something familiar about this woman. Does he? For the Snake Man? Is that so?
Yes. There is unfinished business the Snake Man must do.
I'm sure there is. Anyway, let's cut this guy open. She pulls out a blade from her side. Looks very like a nice clean blade.
What color was her hair again, Lani?
Pixie black. Pixie cut black hair.
Okay.
I believe. Why, do you have a different description?
No, I was just curious.
Okay. She begins to make the incision down the front of the creature. Really thick muscle structure, although the massive scar, she kind of traces the massive crescendo wound, is telling that didn't really do a whole lot for it. She begins to kind of like peel apart its like muscle tissue. Lots of stab wounds. I'm guessing it's the hole in the back of the throat that killed him, though.
Probably one of the several.
She basically starts breaking down this thing's organs, and let me go ahead and give her a survival roll too. Double check her statisticas.
Could I give her advantage because I know about ogres and I would have a book that has a lot of information about them?
You may. She rolled a 19, but let's see. Yeah, I mean, she got a 19 on the die, and she has a pretty good survival. But, yeah, she starts breaking down, like, yep, all the biology here is very systematic of it being, or symptomatic of it just being any old normal half ogre, except for the, well, engorgement of this arcane energy. It must have been suckling on some, I'd almost say pure ether for years.
That makes a lot of sense.
Well, you're the one who brought it in. What do you want to name it?
Harold.
She kind of like shifts to the side, like.
I gotta know why.
And then gestures to you, Wolfgang.
just turns, takes off his hat, and just wipes some blood off from his face. Fuck it, why not? We'll spell it Harold, like H, like H-E.
Like harrowing.
Yeah.
Yay, it is a good name.
Whatever.
You've got yourself the first and possibly only Harold.
I believe it did. It did have a name once. Well, forget what it is. And I don't bloody care anymore.
Does anybody care to remember?
I'm trying to remember in my own head what his name was.
You all said it was the partner, correct?
This was quite a while ago. If you want to roll an intelligence check.
24.
Gender. Gendur.
I remember a lot of the names from your campaign, but there are some that elude me. His is one of them.
He only showed up once.
Yep.
Well, twice now.
Well, twice, technically. Never again, though.
His name was Ginder. He was Flix's partner.
Gender the Herald, partner of Flix. I don't know what to make of that, but I will make sure that makes it into the documentation.
Harold. Are you done with that now?
I mean, there's a bit more studying I could do. I'd like to study its cardiovascular system, note any unusual weaknesses or strengths that it might have over other ogres, but I can be?
Wondering if there are snacks.
I went out on a hunt the other day. I might have something in the...
Oh, I meant Harold.
Her eyes continue to shift around the room. It kind of lingers on Asmo for a moment. Just looking for an answer from any of you.
I think she's talking about the creature's stomach contents.
Oh.
I want the creature to become my stomach contents.
That's what I thought you said.
See, that's what I thought too. As for its stomach contents, good point. She does open up its stomach. On the inside, there is an undigested, or a partially digested human finger. Lots of bones. Just small
Harold
bones.
got to have snacks.
And seem to have quite a few of them.
You want to fucking end up like Harold?
No, I want to eat Harold.
Then
What?
just drags his thumb and forefinger across his mouth and
Asmo puts his hand
Snake
on her
Man
shoulder.
said he was taking you to
Asmo
Meat
puts
House?
his hand on her shoulder.
Let's head out, Nara. Let me show you my apartments.
Nara, there's a place that we go that you will get plenty of snacks. Just give us time.
Oh, okay. Nara is used to catching and killing and eating things herself. So, it's strange that you're all being so weird about this, but I like snacks, so I will wait.
Okay. Well, that was a successful hunt tonight.
Well, meanwhile, still in the office before we cut to you guys. I'll finish detailing everything in the morning, and then you can do whatever you wish with the cadaver after that.
Because it's magical,
You
let's...
guys left, didn't you?
Oh shit.
We're not there.
We haven't. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, you left. This is just Denier and Wolfgang who are still in the office, if I'm correct.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Denier's still there. He's waiting to get the okay so he can escort Abigail back to the academy for the Arcane
Oh, you could have done that whenever.
Yeah, well, he'll do this and he'll basically look over at Wolfgang. Hey, you need me for anything before I, get Abigail back over? She's sitting in the office.
no. I think we're done here. Thank you for helping us tonight, Denier.
Just to give you a heads up, I warned Jamat, so he might be a little bit on edge.
Right. Thank you for that as well.
Hey.
I will be cautious.
Yeah, just you might want to answer a couple questions for him, just to let him know that you're you. I like to do that. I like to do the same thing with Ramses on occasion, given his history. But I'm going to get Abigail back home. You have a good rest of your night, Wolfgang.
You as well.
And Denier will head out, and he will escort Abigail back to the Academy for the Arcane Innate, and report it into Ramses.
You all right, boss? You seem stressed.
Well, let's just say that it wanted something from me that I couldn't let it have.
This thing looks
And,
like it had quite the voracious appetite.
Let's just say it bit off more than it could chew. And I'll just look at her with just like the deadliest glance.
She kind of smirks at that. That's our leader. All right, well, I can finish up these notes in the morning if that's okay with you. I need to go check in on my mother. She's still not doing so well.
No?
No.
He'll reach into his pouch and he'll count out about 10 gold coins. Place it in her hand.
Oh. What for?
For family.
She smiles. You have a good night, Master Connolly.
You too.
And she makes her way, or as you leave the, or do you leave the office?
I'll
Stay
look
with
at the
the ogre
body.
for a bit. Okay.
I'll look at the body for just a moment.
Yeah, she straightens up her papers and leaves out the door on the other side that leads out into the courtyard. Gonna do anything with the body while you're still in there?
Contemplating.
All right.
I saw the look in Nara's eyes. Is there a way I can cremate it?
This body?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's a carbon creature. It would take you a little while, but with your radiant fire, you should be able to cremate it within an hour or so. Just need to find a good spot to do it, as there's a lot of wooden furniture in here.
Yeah. Okay. I'll find a place to get that done, and I'll go ahead and cremate it. Pour it into a jar.
Give me an athletics check to move this 700-pound corpse.
Fuck, that's right. I'd like to stop myself.
You walk over to it. You start trying to pull on one of the arms. Fuck it.
Nope.
Not worth.
I'll deal with you later. It'll just smack it on the stomach. Or what's left of it, and just lock up for the night, he supposes, and then he'll head home. Prestidigitation his clothes clean of weird ogre blood, and walk up to his door. Jamot.
Oh. He like you hear from the other side. Who is it?
It's me, Wolfgang Connolly.
He kind of like cracks the door, and you can see basically what amounts to a shotgun in his hands as he's opening it. Can you prove it's you, sir? Just for me.
Just let me look through my notes here real quick. Because these are way, way back. Oh boy. Okay. My father's name was Rowan Connolly.
True enough, sir, but I feel like anybody could look that up. What about your wife's name?
Shit. Casey.
And your son?
Elliot.
Okay.
Helene, who may or may not be half werewolf. Oh.
You hear a shout from like the rooftops.
Is that good enough, Jamat? Can I go back to bed?
You look up and you see Miguel pointing a crossbow down at you.
What? Oh.
Hi, cousin.
Hello, Miguel. Hello, Miguel.
Evening, cousin.
Good hunting tonight. I found your sorcerer eater.
Fuck, I was working for a fucking week on that. I'll hear about it in the morning.
Yeah, go to.
He rolls back into the window and it just slides shut. You regale Jamat for the rest of the night with all the shit that happened. Meanwhile, Asmo and Nara, we cut back to you guys now walking out of the Kylum Diaboli, back out towards Asmo's place at the Phoenix Perch.
Snake Man lied to Nara.
Why did I lie to you?
You said we would go to Meat House, and there was a house filled with meat, and I got to eat none.
No, the place is called Meat House. It serves meat. The animals come pre-cut up, and then a guy who's really good at making it tasty, called Pig. He isn't a pig. Don't even. And I live right above that place.
Oh, they sound so similar, though. There was the lady, and she was cutting up the meat, and it looked
Nara,
very
roll
tasty.
me a perception check when you're saying that.
Oh.
Natural 1. All right. Nothing. Asmo, roll me a perception check.
Okay, are you guys ready for the next 5 minutes?
Should I roll
I
it
need
for
you to roll. I need you to roll me a perception check,
All
Nick.
right, I'll roll it for you.
It's +5. I have proficiency.
I can open up your character sheet. It's not an issue.
Thank you.
Perception. God damn it. Okay. Neither of you see the thing.
The thing.
Wow, double nat 1.
Sometimes the dice are just dice. Can't be
That
helped.
no refresh.
Can't be done. All right, you continue on.
It's just like a kid being beaten up. I just don't see
You get
it.
you get this feeling in the back of your neck that you're missing out on something.
Oh, that's
Anyway.
not good, Nick. I hate missing out on things.
But Snake Man,
What?
the body we left was so big. I don't think they'd notice if Nara ate just a little bit.
Listen, Nara. If you're gonna make this work and you're gonna get me to get the bodies, right?
Yeah.
15, by the way.
Never mind. It just came in, Nick. 2 minutes later.
It didn't even show up for me.
Oh, for God's sake! Wow. Okay.
Give it a minute.
Don't worry about it. Continue.
I know you come from a very interesting society, but if you're gonna make this work, you gotta try and learn a little bit about how us non-drow live here in the south.
Why?
I think you're gonna be here for quite some time because I ain't just grabbing random bodies. Only bodies that won't be missed. That's part of the deal.
What is the difference between a body that will be missed and won't be missed?
A body that will be missed will prevent us from getting more bodies. Because if the body is missed, then the people who are missing it will come knocking.
This is all very confusing. Normally, you just make more bodies with the bodies that come after the bodies that you've created. So, you could be done with your task so soon.
I'm not Solomon. I'm not
I
Solomon.
know that. You're not nearly as strong as the master.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's just like grinding his teeth like like Marge Simpson.
Oh.
As you're walking up to your apartment.
Okay. Now, this is my apartment. You see Meat House right there? You see, hold on. See that right there?
Yes.
That's Meat
Just
House.
Yeah, it's just across the.
Breathe it in.
Basically, kind of just across a courtyard.
It smells Like meat that
Yeah.
has been dead for a while and then charred.
Mm-hmm. And then put seasoning on. Man,
Why?
there. Because then as you eat it, it's pleasurable.
Ugh. I
know.
don't think I will agree with you.
Well, tough luck, because you're having lunch there tomorrow.
Ugh.
By the way, we're sleeping in. And by the way, okay, as Asmo says
What
this
is
as he's getting
sleeping
upstairs. Oh my god. Okay, now. Asmo pulls his key out, puts his key in his apartment, opens the door, and just looks around.
As you open up the door, the place seems fairly well kept, but it looks like somebody's been in here.
Snake
Like
Man.
somebody's been using it. And as
Wait
you
a minute.
glance around the room, stepping out of the bathroom is you.
Oh, hey. I figured you don't really stay here. I've been looking for...
As you looks up, he notices Nara.
Oh, no.